Moving it closer, moving it further away does not seem to get rid of that buzz. Okay. More time in the editing bay for me. Okay. Hey, it's LJ and welcome to another edition of LJ Reacts. For those of you who only just stumbled across this little YouTube channel, what I do here is kind of go back through times, the last sort of 15 or 20 years, try and catch up on events in pop culture that really seem to have passed me by. You know how it is, you sort of get to a certain age and things like paying the bills and getting food in and things like that kind of take priority over the whole going out and have a good time. It's a sad fact of life that so many of us have to live through. And so yeah, I'm kind of taking my time now to sort of go back and try and experience some of the things I've missed in the past. Mostly music stuff, but occasionally do other things just to change it up a little. If you want to decide what music things, you can leave stuff in the comment below. Be aware, currently very behind. However, that's not going to stop me at least trying to catch up with some of it. So, yeah, let me know if there's anything you want to hear. Also, if you're enjoying this, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know how this works. Because if you like this and then you share this, someone else sees it and they share it, and more and more shares, that means more and more people see it, which brings more people to the community, which means I just have more motivation to do more of these, which you like because you've shared it to begin with. So it's just something worth thinking about. If you really like me, you can also like me on the socials. And if you're a wrestling fan or a pub quiz fan, I have dates on my little link tree there. On the click thing. Usually I do the click thing to go. Yeah, so go. There's the tip jar. That's gonna mess with my OCD when it comes around to the sound editing of this. So let's that's all the admin out of the way. Let's crack on with who we're talking about today. When I started this channel up, I sort of kind of had ideas about sort of direction I wanted to go in, sort of the sort of bands I wanted to do. I sort of like I did a Hailstorm video a little while ago. You know, I think they're a band that had kind of been in the background for me previously, but not really. But I kind of missed them starting out, so I kind of wanted to go back and check them out. And that's the sort of thing I wanted to do, and I think. I say sort of 15 years is the time frame I give for this. It's actually, scarily, as I get older, it's getting closer to 20 because that's how time works. So yeah, because the band I'm doing today, particular song, is from about the time I turned 20, which is about the time I started focusing on, you know, moving out and, you know, try and grow up and be an adult. So yeah, this is a band called, I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right, but Chiods. Either way, or whatever the right way is, they're sort of like a post sort of hardcore kind of from the emo era, which I liked some of those bands. I don't know, because like I said, it was about the point I stopped really listening to new music, so a lot of them just didn't really sink in for me. Although I did go to the first few Give It a Name festivals. In fact, I actually kind of looked up the band before I sort of turned the camera on. I was like, oh, did they ever play any of the festivals? Because I would have seen them, because the way Give It a Name worked, you pretty much just watched all the bands regardless of what stage they were on, because the stages were literally right next to each other. So yeah, I was like, I wonder if they ever played like Give It a Name. And they literally played the year I stopped going because I felt too old. So, yes, what am I doing today? So this is off the... I have got the wrong page up. Let's try it again. So this is off their debut album, All's Well That Ends Well, which, like I said, came out when I was sort of like 19 or so. So before they really sort of got a grip on. But the song, from what I understand, is like one of their biggest songs, or at least it's one that really sort of, calls out to that sort of crowd. And I mean, if I'd have been a bit younger, I probably would have been more into that crowd. I don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed like the first two Funeral for a Friend albums. To this day, Cody and Camera is like one of my favourite bands. So yeah, so Chiods. I mean, I understand they sort of took a hiatus and they're currently membership of one, just the original lead singer who did all but one of the albums. Because I was sort of looking at the history and then I sort of saw like the bit where he leaves and it's like, oh no, that's not usually a good sign. So I had to click on his Wikipedia page, go down to the bottom and it's like, oh, phew, no legal or social controversies. I have to kind of try and veer around while doing this. So anyone who's going to suggest me Lost Prophet songs, no, not going to happen. So yeah. So this song is, the title itself is very much of its time. Baby You Wouldn't Last a Minute in the Creek, because I'm guessing that's a reference to our pal Dawson. Which, if you're not getting that reference, you're either considerably older than me, or just a little bit younger than me. But yes, so that is, from what I understand, one of their biggest songs, or at least one of the most popular ones live. So that is what I'm going to crack on with, give a little look to, and let's see what my thoughts are on Chiods. Baby Wouldn't Last a Minute in the Creek. Okay, so here we go. Chiods, Baby Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek. Hello. I know it's the same sort of genre, but his vocals really remind me of, is it Brandon from Panic at the Disco? That's just the first thing I'm thinking. What's with the gas mask? It reminds me of either the Masked Rider, that terrible Power Rangers spin-off / thing that Saban tried to do to make some money and failed dismay. And it kind of crossed between that and the Doctor Who villain that was a child linked that had been surgically fused to its gas mask. And Doctor Who's got some weird stuff if you try to explain it to someone who's never seen the episode. Still a brilliant episode. It's a brilliant two-parter though. Right, let's go. Loving every second of it, we just walk away. That sounds kind of contradictory, but hey, who am I to judge?
It seems to be. Maybe I'm missing this, but I'm as someone who never watched Dawson's Creek. Am I missing something? Because we're nearly 2 minutes into a nearly 5 minute song. Not one, not one obvious mention to Dawson in the game. Um, then again, I I don't want to wait for this song to be over for that to be a thing. I'll press play now. Was that a bit of a time change? Never been a big fan of screamy stuff and like heavy music. Apparently, now there are some metal elitists that would say, "Well, you're not metal if you like clean singing." It's not that so much that don't like screamy singing. It's just I prefer to. It's a lot easier for me to relate if I can understand what they're talking about. I mean, here they're actually. Um, I'm keeping up with it fairly well, so I'm not going to hold this against them. But there are certain bands out there, you know who you are, where you kind of listen and it's just everything's just like, whoa. It's like, it sounds good, it sounds passionate, but I think I mentioned this on the People Equal, on that video. But yeah, let's listen to some more. So the contradictory nature of loving every second and still walking away, beautifully backed up by the fact you've got one scene of the two characters seemingly very much in love in the apartment, then out in the street fighting each other. When you think about it, it's kind of. I think it's been a thing last couple of songs I've done for this, where it's about how relationships kind of break down from time to time. Maybe that's just me putting something on them, but yeah, it seems it's either that or it's just a running theme of what I'm listening to, albeit unintentionally. Okay. So I guess I'd better turn around and face the other camera to say, yeah, to say some thoughts on what I just watched.
Baby, you wouldn't last 1 minute in the creek. A line that I did not hear once in that song. But hey, great songs can get away with not having the title in them. So yeah, that was. I certainly see why it's a live staple. I can see that being played live just sounding absolutely amazing. That's definitely one song that just I think it doesn't capture it in the studio, because that feels like it's gonna have an energy on stage that just can't be replicated if you've not got an arena full of people just moving with it. Yeah, so that was enjoyable though. I did like that. That very much cried out to my inner alternative child. Well, listen to it again. I'd very much listen to that again. But it is not one that really screams, I've got to stick it on the playlist and that I listen to every day. Still, if there's sort of songs of that quality, or if you think there are better songs of that quality this band has released, feel free to let me know. But yeah, it's like I said, it made me think back to that era in the in the late aughts, so maybe early 2010s, where this music was very popular. I'm informed that there are certain bands kind of bringing it back today, which is kind of cool. Somehow I can miss out on some of the best underground bands a second time in my lifetime. It's beautifully planned by the music industry, that one. But yeah, if I was to rate it out of 10, it's one of those ones, like I said, it sounds like one that would be better to be experienced live, so if there's a brilliant live recording of it, check that in the comments below actually. I want to see how it compares. But other than that, as it is, just like that, it's a sort of 7 out of 10 song. Maybe if I got the reference, 7.5. But still, that's pretty good. That's definitely would listen to again. So yeah. So yeah, that's where I rest on that. But yeah, I think I'm definitely interested in sort of checking out more of this band, just because, like I said, it brings back a nostalgic sound that my late teens, it was starting to creep in there before I kind of stepped away from the scene. So yeah, let me know in the comments any suggestions. What I should try next. And with that, I've just got general admin to go through. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. You know how this works here on the YouTubes. You can check out me on the socials, and if you want to see me in real life, you're an Essex-based pub quizzer or a wrestling fan who'd like to come to Essex, right there for all the information and all the dates. And finally, if you enjoyed what I did to the point where you're like, I feel this guy deserves a coffee or a sandwich, my preference is sandwich, feel free to chuck some loose change in the tip jar. Just fold it. Actually, if you really want to, you can fold it up really nice, do like an origami swan with it. I'm not fussy though. I am going to try and I'm still working out the schedule on how I want to release these, but hopefully you should see some consistency coming out soon. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've been LJ, and until next time, it's been emotional. So when I started this channel up, there are certain okay. Thanks for sticking around for the end of the video. For those of you wondering why I'm doing this again, it's very, very simple. So I've got an event coming up which features a lot of content creators, and basically I just wanted to be one of the cool kids just for a little bit longer. So for those of you who live in the Essex area, you can catch me in the referee stripes for Talks with Dorks podcast, their debut British wrestling show, Never Say Die, featuring some of the top wrestling content creators out there, including Parky Streams, Danielle's Games, Max's Wrestling Channel, The Cosplay Nightmare, The Goonie Dad, AJ Slambino, Stone Cold Stolly, and JC Wrestle Talk. They will all be taking part in this show in various roles. Goonie Dad and AJ Slambino will be making their tag team debut. Like I said, I'll be the head referee, and the rest will be finding jobs for. They'll be being announced over the next few weeks. So check it out. I should have chucked the ticket link in the description below. So yeah, that's Basildon Sport and Basildon Sport and Leisure even. 31st of May. Talks with Dorks, Never Say Die. Why are we calling that? Well, 40th anniversary of the Goonies. So